Really excited about the new format of hair videos I'm doing here on my channel. The future is among us. There's no hiding, and I am going to be taking full advantage of AI technology, camera technology, all sorts of stuff, whatever I can do for you, the viewer, and also for myself. As someone who has over 3,000 videos on YouTube and who's been doing hair videos for 15 plus years, I'm always trying to evolve. And I'm really excited to be sharing this format with you because this is very exciting for me. So what I'm going to be doing is breaking down these haircut models. These are models and things that I have created, whether they're AI, whether they're human models, whatever it is. I spent so much time and energy and resources to even create things like this, to find models, haircuts, all of it. A lot of work goes into it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of these. And what I want from you is I would love for you to give me haircut examples of what you want, specific types of haircuts, whether it's even on a specific type of hair trend, and I'll try to duplicate it as best I can and break it down for you real time on this huge television that I have. So let's break down this particular haircut. This model has been getting a lot of attention. I also created a 2025 winter spring lookbook that is on my website, and it has 12 men's haircuts, including this one, to where I break them down. I tell you the best face shapes for this haircuts, products, all sorts of really cool tips, some bonus tips, and it's only $25. I spent hours upon hours creating it, and it's available right here. You can purchase it right here or shop.thesalonguy.com. It's a lookbook, custom created haircuts. You're not going to find anywhere else that you can refer to get the haircuts you want. So I'm really embracing the ebooks and digital downloads so that I can have more to offer you and give you more value. All right. So for this particular haircut right here, the one thing I want you to pay close attention to right in the front is the fringe. Okay. So the fringe area is probably about right here. Now, depending on your forehead, if you have a higher forehead, then obviously the fringe is going to be a lot longer in length. But if you have a normal, even smaller forehead, then the fringe, the actual length, is going to be a bit shorter. My suggestion is if you want a haircut, right, if you're new to wearing bangs or textured fringe, always go longer at first, because sometimes the professional will get a little bit scissor happy. And if you say, I want my fringe to come to, say, here, and they actually cut it right across here, then when you dry it, it shrinks up. You're like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So always tell the professional, say, look, can we start with them a little bit longer? And then if we have to, go back in and just kind of shorten them as needed. Chances are they'll probably cut them to the exact length that you're looking for, simply because it'll shrink up on its own. Also, pay close attention to the texture of the hair. So can this work on wavy hair? Yes, it can. Can it work on curly hair? I wouldn't say curly hair, but I would say predominantly if your hair is straight, even if your hair is a finer texture, but you have a lot of the hair, this is gonna work out really well for you because it doesn't really matter. If you have thick hair, then you can have the professional use techniques like with a razor to kind of scrape this out, to use thinning shears when the hair is dry, and that will give you a bit more texture. But this is a fully rounded shape, all right? So it follows the head shape, it contours the face shape into here. This is great for someone who has an oval face shape, which is literally a perfect face shape, a bit more of a square face shape because it adds some volume in throughout the corners and through here. And notice how when we get in through the sides, it's not something that is like super tapered. There's no skin fades. If anything, I would say this could be like a number 3 or even a 4 guard going up in through here. That also could mean it's maybe like a ½ an inch to maybe an inch going all the way here. The top of this hair, I would say, is a good 2 inches long, no more than that. And it's a well-balanced shape throughout the entire thing. Best way to style something like this is I would say you can use a few spritzes of Tidal Wave. And the one thing about Tidal Wave, which is my best-selling sea salt spray, is a lot of people are misusing it. You don't need a lot of it. I would say 2-3 sprays max. I know on social media you see these kids that are just spraying, going overboard with spraying it. That's because it's basically their stuff is just water. Well, with Tidal Wave, the way I formulated it was that you don't need a lot of it. So 2-3 spritzes, and then you can blow dry it, and you can use your fingers as a hair tool. What I like to do for these styles is I like to blow dry it and use my fingers like this, because the fingers act like a hair tool, right? Like a rake, and you can create the separation. I know a lot of times you'll see people using wide tooth combs to create this, but no, this is all about creating texture and separation. I would fully blow dry it, and then I would use my new sea salt hair powder Beach House, just a couple of dabs on it to create that texture. You can even use my One Clay, you can use my Extreme Hold matte paste, but there's something, or even my matte pomade would work great. The key to this is making sure you have a very natural, lived-in look. So you don't want anything that's super heavy or super stiff. And that's why I think using maybe a couple of dabs of the powder, Tidal Wave, just to give it some texture would be a really, really awesome move, because this is something that even though you want it to stay like this, you also want to be able to say, maybe move it to the side a bit, right? Or you want to just rake it through your hands or brush it off your face a little bit. And the haircut really is about creating that good essential base foundation with a wispy texture. And that's going to allow you can even poof this up in the front if you want, right? So it's all about having a little bit more length throughout the front here, having a nice symmetrical shape, and also making sure it's layered. Yes, and you're asking, is it layered? Yes, the entire haircut is layered, right? It's a rounded layered shape. But the way I cut hair is I pull everything straight out from the head like so. So it's going to be a very, very balanced haircut. If you want to learn more about the face shapes and haircut shapes, I have all these new digital downloads, which you could purchase right down here. I have the ebook for $10 for men's haircuts, $10 for women's haircuts, and my new lookbook, which is very in-depth with 12 models for $25. So I put so much time and effort into creating this. And also, if you want to use any of my products, you can use code YouTube20 at shop.thesalonguy.com. Let me know in the comments below what types of haircuts you would like me to break this down. I'm really excited about this format, and I'll see you all very soon.